Hey guys, a few months ago I did a review on this ADE Advanced Optics little Apollo red dot, and I was really impressed with like the overall fit and finish, their quality control. Just I really liked everything about this little dot. And in that video, I mentioned that I would like to check out another optic or two from them just to kind of see if the fit and finish, the quality control, if just everything was up to the same standards as what this first one was that I received. So I reached back out to ADE and they offered to send me several other models. Um, I'm not going to do a full unboxing of all of these because they've actually sent me 5 of them. And it's not going to be a full review of all of these. That would like bore you guys to death. But what I'm going to do is kind of get all of these unboxed and then kind of show you which models they've sent me. And then we'll go over some of like the highlights and some of the features and specifications. But again, I'm not going to do all the sizes and weights and all of that stuff. Kind of like the main highlights of each optic here. So as you can see, you obviously get the optic itself. They've all got covers for them. They pretty much all come with like sight tools, screwdrivers to make adjustments. Some of them have like Picatinny mounts as well as your like either RMR or Doctor Footprint or whatever it might be. We'll go over some of the highlights of all of them. And some of them have different reticles. Again, I'll show you the differences in them. But a lot of people are starting to run these micro red dots or reflex sights on rifles, like on AR-15s and stuff like that, because they're so small and so lightweight, and they fit up on the top of your rail real nicely. And I'll just quickly show you the 5 models that they sent. This first one here is called the Xantidium Pro, and that number is RD3015 Pro. Next one is the Delta Pro. The number on that is RD3012 Pro. We have the Aries. That one already has the Picatinny mount on it. But the Aries is the RD3028. We have the Trumpet. It's RD3029. And last, we have this little tiny guy here, the Artemis. And it's RD3022 Pro. So again, on this video, I'm basically just going to kind of highlight the features of each one. And I'll probably show you what the dot, or if it's a different reticle or whatever it might be, I'll kind of show you what each one of those looks like. And then in like the coming months, like you might see this one on a pistol and I might briefly mention it while I'm at the range, or something along those lines. And I'll be using them all, throughout the next probably 5 or 6 months. All right, I'll kind of quickly go through each of these and show you some of their highlights and features. I'm going to start with this one here, the Xantidium Pro. Here's the manual on it. And it's got multiple reticles, so you can have just a 2 MOA dot. You can have a 32 MOA circle, and you can have the circle with the dot. This one does have motion awake, basically, so after 5 minutes, the thing will go to sleep. Any motion or movement brings it right back onto the same setting that you had. The Xantidium Pro is large. It's longer than most other red dots, and it's significantly wider as well. If you're using the Picatinny mount, it's not a problem. It'll fit on basically anything that has Picatinny rail. But this is not designed to fit in a regular slide cutout. So if you're not using the Picatinny, you just want to go onto just a pistol. This one's designed to where you actually like take out your rear sight and you would use like an adapter plate, kind of like this here. And then this would go on here and then mount to your pistol through that rear sight channel. I'm going to try to show you guys what the dots look like. Sometimes the iPhone camera adjusts. It's kind of difficult to see, but that's just the regular dot right there. That is the circle. Obviously, it's in red. And that is the circle dot. And I did not mention it earlier, but this does take a 2032. So that is the Xantidium Pro. Up next is the Delta Pro, and it does come with the Picatinny mount. This one has multiple reticles as well. We have, again, a 2 MOA dot, 32 MOA circle, or you can have circle and dot. This one also does have the motion activated system, so after 5 minutes, it goes to sleep. Any movement brings it back on. IP67 waterproof. This one uses a CR1632. So the battery cover right there is a little bit smaller, that battery door is. Just overall, the footprint on this one is quite a bit smaller. It still has a nice window. I'll get it turned on here for you. To turn them on, you hold the down arrow for like 3 seconds. And if you want to change through the different reticles, you hold the up arrow for 3 seconds. And this one does have a night vision setting as well. It has 9 daytime settings and 1 night vision. So there is just our dot on the Delta Pro. I'm going to cycle through to the circle. And now the circle dot. I know it kind of looks like one big dot on the camera, but and with your naked eye, you can definitely see the dot separate from the circle. I turned down the brightness some, so hopefully the camera can pick up that dot in the center of the circle. Also comes with a bunch of screws and all the mounting hardware that you'll need. So again, that's the Delta Pro. So up next we have the Aries. This one here comes like with this weatherproof shield, and so it doesn't actually give like a waterproof rating on this one, but you see there's these holes back here. So you would take the shield, put up on here, and then mount it to this, and then it protects all the circuitry. This one also does not have like the auto shut off. So when you are done with it, you do have to manually turn it off. It does come with the Picatinny mount. You would have to remove it with those screws there to put this on a pistol. And I believe the footprint on this one is like the Doctor or the Venom. Let's see. It has a 3.5 MOA red dot, and it looks like it's just a circle on this one. Let's get it turned on and see what that looks like. I'll kind of quickly go through the brightness on this one with you guys. You can see it does get extremely bright. And with the Aries, the battery door is on the sides. You got to remove those screws, but you don't have to take it off of your firearm when you're changing it out. So 2 screws, this little tray comes out, and then they do include an extra battery with this one, and then a bunch of hardware as well. All right, we're almost through these. Next up is the Trumpet. The Trumpet, it's super, super tiny, but it has a 4 MOA red dot. It does have the motion activated system. So basically after 5 minutes, it's going to, of inactivity, it's going to go to sleep. Any movement brings it right back on at the same setting that you had it on. This is for an RMR footprint. I don't see a waterproof rating on the Trumpet, and it does use a CR1632 battery. Again, that is on the side right there. So undo that screw, tray will come out, you can replace the battery. And this one does not have any type of Picatinny mount, just the covers what's with it. And this will be just a single dot. Go through the brightness settings here with you. And up last is the Artemis. This is a tiny little guy. This is an RMR footprint. This takes a 1632 battery, and you do have to have a tiny Allen key. This one does not come with the battery installed. The other 4 that I showed did already have it, so I'll have to get this off and then get that little battery put in it for you. So what's really neat about the Artemis is that it has 6 different reticles, and I believe they might be one of the only ones on the market that does this. You can have just a plain dot, you can have just a plain circle, kind of like semi crosshairs, circle dot, crosshairs with the dot, and then sort of circle dot, crosshairs kind of all combined there. The Artemis does have auto sleep, motion activated technology, so it'll go to sleep after 2 minutes. It'll wake up with any type of movement. This one does only have a recoil up to 9mm, so they're not recommended putting on anything larger than that. And I don't see a waterproof rating on this one either. So there's 2 buttons on the side of the Artemis here. This one here is actually for brightness up and down. You basically will keep pressing it to cycle all the way through to the top brightness, then you keep pressing it to come back down through. And then this one here on the left changes the different reticles. I'll try to show it to you guys here. So we'll start just with that regular little circle. And then as I press through, you'll be able to see all the different ones here. Again, only in red. But yeah, pretty slick. And again, that's the Artemis RMR footprint. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, if I would have tried doing a full review on all 5 of these and put it in one video, it would have been a 2-hour-long video at least. And if I tried to do them all individually, it would take me several months to get this done. So my plan moving forward is, if I'm at the range and I'm testing a weapon light on a pistol, I may have one of these on during that. So they will all get used, they'll all get tested. And if I encounter any type of issues at all, I will come back and report on which one I might have had a problem with. I don't anticipate there being any, but I will update and let you guys know if there are any. But I did at least want to show you guys, the highlights and the differences between some of the ADE red dots. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.